Okay, welcome to Papa Junk Shop. Well, I got the lead screw all cleaned up and back in place. And I had to make a new key. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the key that goes on the lead screw that rides in this groove. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But it's really, it was really wore bad. So I got one of them made in place. And I've been messing with the gear train. And this is what I come up with. Now this gear is just sitting there. I don't have a stud behind it. And as long as I go this direction, it'll stay there. And I want a nice slow feed. So let me see. Okay, I got that tight. So I'll quick turn it on. You guys can see how fast it's going to go. Before the gear falls off. So I think that's going to be about right. And then if I turn this one off and use the half nut, it's a little bit faster. So I've actually got two speeds. It's not going to be right according to the threading chart because I've added that extra gear in there, but I'm not going to do any threading on this lathe anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to get that gear permanently mounted on there, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm working on the bracket that's going to hold that gear, and thought I'd give the mini mill an opportunity to do something. So I got my little rotary table out, and it's kind of a precarious setup and it's not real solid, but if I take small cuts it seems to be working fine. I'm just going to cut that groove 5/16. That'll be so I can pivot that gear into place. So I'll show you a cut. So I got a few cuts to go. Looks like I'm about halfway through. That's 1/4 inch plate, so shouldn't be too long. Okay, got her finished up. 5/16 bolt. Yep, nice and smooth. So I'll get my hole drilled over here for the pivot point, and then I think I'll get it mounted in place and then determine where the hole's going to go in there to mount the post for the gear. Now I picked a spot for it and got the holes drilled and tapped 5/16. that's going to give me some movement. So next I guess I'll build the stud that's going to go on there to hold the gear, and then we'll figure out where it's going to be on there. Get that stud made. Well, I'm using the Garvin to make parts for itself, so working on that shaft for that gear to mount on. I got to turn this down to 1/2 inch. And she seems to be working very nice. Got a ways to go. I think I got all the parts made. Here's the stud that the gear is going to mount on. I got a 5/16 threaded stud there. That's going to screw into here, like so. Yeah, you didn't get to see that, did you? Alright, we'll do her again. That screws into there. And then I milled a couple of flats on it so I can tighten it up. Okay, and then that is going to go on here. Like that. Okay. And then the gear, I've got a bushing pushed in it. So that goes on there. And we got a spacer. And we got a washer. There. Okay. And this goes up and meshes with this gear. And sometimes I use just a piece of paper and put it in there, but I'm just going to eyeball it for now. I'll tighten up the one that's in the slot. And snug this one up. Okay. Bring this one up to mesh with that. And just a little bit of clearance. Okay. Well, looking alright so far. The other direction. Okay. Looks like she's going to work alright. I'll put that back in neutral. And I'm going to pop this back off. lubrication on her. Come on. It'll come all at once. It'll be all over everything, yeah? Alright, I'm going to move you over here. That way you can see both things. Okay, let's turn around. I think that gear was machined really perfect because it wobbles a little bit. But before we do too much with it, I have some open gear lube that I'm going to put on it. Okay, got some gear lube on her. Now, let's see how I do here. Okay, I use this fade. You see how fast the handle's going, pretty slow, which is what I wanted. And then if I use the half nut, it's faster. So I actually got 2 speeds for that. Let's try the other way. Well, I think everything is operational on it now. I still got a few little things to take care of. Got some pieces to paint yet, like this, and the tailstock, and that. And, still got to fix this handle. So this will probably be the last video on the Garvin Lathe. I mean, I still got a few little things to do, but not worthy of a video, I don't believe. I'll probably make a chip tray for it, because you can see it makes an awful mess. And, you know, just a few little things here and there. Keep my eye out for a bargain 4-jaw and a faceplate of some kind. So, if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And at least you can hear me now. The heat finally shut off. I apologize for that, but when it's only 20 degrees outside, it's not very nice in here. So that noise in the background is my waste oil furnace that you hear running all the time, which is, I don't know if I ever showed anybody or not, but that's it right there. She's noisy, but boy, she keeps her nice and toasty in here. So probably going to be a few days cleaning up all this mess from the couple of projects here. And I got another idea to maybe make another improvement on the smart drive for the water wheel. So that may be the next project. See you then.